Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mocktails from the Cantina live. It's the Christmas show, and we have a live audience tonight. Come on. All right, you guys have had too many beers and not enough eggnog. Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight and for participating in that long white elephant gift. Danny, what did you get in the white elephant gift?
Wait, what white elephant gift?
You got the Rogue One bobbles.
Bobble.
Yes. Now, hey, Danny, are you on the nice list or the naughty list?
I haven't got that little box that shows you're on the official naughty, not nice list or naughty list. So I don't know.
You know, I think you're on the nice list. We got a couple special guests in the house tonight. We got Tyler Page, we got Jimmy Mack, and we have a lot of friends here. John Zacanoro drove all the way from Wisconsin. But Danny, what is the one gift that you really want for Christmas this year?
It's a plushie, and it's that nine-tailed fox toy.
The nine-tailed fox toy. That's all you want for Christmas?
No, not all.
There's a lot more, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, are there any Star Wars items that you want on the list tonight?
Probably, maybe like a Baby Yoda plush.
A Baby Yoda plush. Okay, just keep them plushies, right? Just keep the plushies coming. Okay. Last but not least, are you excited about Christmas?
Yes.
Yes?
Much, very.
Very much. On a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you about Christmas?
10.
A 10, okay. All right. Hey, I want to welcome my first guest tonight, Tyler Page. Tyler, unexpected. Tyler was the one that told me not to do a live show. But Danny, first and foremost, Tyler got you a gift.
Yes.
Yeah, did you thank him?
Thank you.
That's all right.
Yeah, Tyler, thank you for getting Danny a gift. Tyler, what is your first memory of your first Star Wars toy for Christmas?
Oh, for Christmas? That's really specific. I mean, the first Star Wars toy was a blue starfighter, but
yeah, the Naboo Star. You've talked about that several times on this show.
the
Naboo Starfighter.
I don't remember the Christmas though, you know.
And then you bought mine.
Yeah. Then I bought another one, and now I'm just collecting them all. So,
favorite Christmas album? Do you have a go-to?
Christmas in the Stars.
Christmas in the Stars. Christmas in the Stars. You know, you've told me that you listen to that year-round.
Yeah.
12 months of the year.
On occasion, yeah. Just turn it on, get a little happiness in my life, think about good times. So, yeah.
You know, okay, if you had a chance you've seen A Christmas Carol, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a ghost from Christmas past, present, and future. If you had a choice, what ghost would visit you? Which one would you welcome the most?
The future.
The future.
Yeah.
The future is brighter than Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah, man. Fuck the past.
Fuck the past. Okay, I respect
that.
I respect that. The future is bright. Okay, here's the thing. 2023 is around the corner. Do you have any, what do you call those? Resolutions, yeah. Thank you, Brad Riverdale. Do you have any resolutions?
No, just keep being a good person.
Just amen to that, man. Amen to that. Amen to that. Do you have any wishes aside from your white elephant gift that you got tonight? What did you get tonight?
I ended up with the diffuser. But, yeah.
And there was a lockdown.
That was a lockdown.
Which means you can't steal it anymore.
No. But that's not to be, you know, there's an off season, and, you know, there's you're looking at free agents out there. Some of the gifts that were presented tonight at the draft.
Okay, so you're talking your Christmas wish is baseball.
Sure.
The Sox to do better, right?
Yeah.
And during their off season. I could see that. What was the worst white elephant gift that you ever gotten? Have you?
No, there wasn't the diffuser.
Nobody stole that. He stole the diffuser. Hey, we got Barry Harmon in the audience tonight too. And Barry, of course, has done all the artwork for the new Mocktails season 2. Worst gift? Have you had one?
You know, if someone's giving me something, it's not bad.
If somebody's giving you, okay, so there's no such thing as a bad result.
And yeah, unless they're giving me like a punch or like
a box of Pop-Tarts. Empty box of Pop-Tarts.
You've given me that, so
okay, yeah. But I gave you that like in the middle of July.
Yeah, I was cool with that. So
not for Christmas. Like if I showed up at your house for Christmas and I gave you a box of that, you'd be like, dude.
Yeah,
I thought we were better friends than that.
Yeah.
Right. What are you doing for Christmas? You have any traditions?
Just drink some coffee, some Irish coffee in the morning, and open presents, and that's kind of it, man.
So now, if I remember correctly, too, if I remember correctly, do you buy presents for yourself and wrap them up under the tree?
Sometimes, but not really. No, I mean, I might just put it under the tree if I got it shipped in or something, and I'll open that later.
Yeah, right. So I've been buying a lot of stuff from Gentle Giant, and my wife said, do you want me to wrap that up for you? And I'm like, I know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not the same, It's not the same. Anyways, brother, I want to thank you for all your contribution all year long on Mocktails from the Cantina. You've been a pivotal part of the show with everything you've done behind the scenes, and of course our friendship. And I wish you a Merry Christmas and the best for 2023, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And I should have taken your advice not to do a show tonight, but I am. Barry Harmon, I gotta have you on the show, brother. You were on the show last year. You were on the Christmas show last year. Yes, you have a question.
Do I stay on the show or do I go upstairs?
You know what? Whatever you want to do. If you want to sit there and be my co-host, you
sit in.
You could just sit in and stay there. How about you, man? What is your tradition on Christmas Day?
It varies. My wife does the Christmas Eve present opening. I've always done the Christmas Day present opening. But this year at least we're doing Christmas Eve present opening at my parents' house and then Christmas Day at my grandma's house. So it'll work out.
Is it all about the present opening?
I mean, it's just when you open the presents, right?
Yes. It's got to be Christmas morning.
Well, that's what we do. But my wife's family, they would do it
Christmas Eve.
They
were one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
The first Star Wars gift you remember getting?
Oh boy, for Christmas.
Yeah, for Christmas, yes. And I know you were born after us, and I know you were you weren't born during that Star Wars era where, like, because when I was a kid in 80, 81, 82, there was Star Wars everywhere.
I'd probably say I probably asked my parents for a case of the Star Wars collectible card game cards when the cases could only be bought from the comic book shops or the card shops, from like the distributor. So I would ask them for maybe Cloud City or Dagobah or something like that. So
cards.
Yeah, the collectible card game?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was probably mid 90s, somewhere around there.
Okay, so you got a lot of those for Christmas.
I would probably ask for those, yeah.
What is that? Are you still receiving Star Wars gifts for Christmas?
Not really, because people don't know what I have and what I don't have.
Yeah, that's a challenging thing as a collector, right?
My uncle bought me a few years ago a pizza cutter, but it wasn't Star Wars, it was Star Trek. And he was like, "Oh, I know you'd like that." And he wasn't joking around. He legitimately thought I liked Star Trek. So I have the Enterprise pizza cutter.
Yeah. Thinking that he thought you were a Star Trek fan.
Right.
Which is funny because tonight we had the White Elephant or the White Bantha gift exchange, I should say. And the funny thing is that somebody gave a Lego, Star Wars Lego, with a Star Trek action figure.
That's right.
Did you kind of have a little bit of a throwback to getting that pizza cutter?
A little bit. Yeah, that's the one I stole. And and Tyler, I don't think he's listening now. He walked away. So I'll say that, post game, people were eyeing up what they lost. And so I was trying to use mine to like trade under the table to get something back, but it didn't work out. So I'm stuck with the Lego, but I like the Lego. So yeah.
But you got the Lego and you got the Star Trek figure.
Well, I don't have the Star Trek figure anymore. I don't know where it went. So
but you got the Star Wars Lego.
Yeah, I got the Star Wars Lego.
Which is crazy, man. Which is crazy. Do you have any go-to Christmas music? Your number one album?
I like the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah, that's I've listened to that at least 20
That's a
times.
classic.
Really, you know.
Yeah.
It is a classic.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much my go-to.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'll just like now with the streaming services, I'll just say play Christmas music. It'll just play Christmas music, and then it'll be like Mariah Carey, and I'll say,
you have
to
to
the next
yes,
song.
you have to be careful about that because it'll yes, there's a lot of skips, right? It's like Andy Williams, Mariah Carey. It's like, no, I went a little bit deeper cut than that. You know?
I will say a good playlist is the dinosaurdracula.com Christmas playlist, which is a long-running vlog, and he does a Christmas playlist, but he used like Real Player, like it was super old school, like pulling from MP3s, posted on his site, and he keeps it up. So
very cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
that's a good listen.
Well, hey man, Merry Christmas! Thanks for coming to the party,
Thank you.
and thank you for creating such great artwork.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Make no mistake, dude. We got a trade to finish.
We do.
We got a trade to finish. I speaking about the Bantha. The white Bantha gifts. I have a lot of stuff in my collection that I'm parting with, and Barry Harmon has been so nice to not take cash for his art, for his creative. How do I say this? Your creative endeavor with
Right.
doing the
With cash.
Machtails artwork. You're like, I don't need cash. Let me get the goods.
Cash or credit?
Cash
or
or
store credit.
Yeah, cash or store credit. You got store credit. So I will see you back again in January.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll see you back again in January. Hey, thanks again for being on the show, man.
Thank
Appreciate you, man.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Jimmy Mack. Is Jimmy Mack still in the house? I know he did not go very far. Jimmy Mack is, you know what, Jimmy, it's funny, Jimmy, I've invited you, and it's funny, dude, you're such a pro, and I am such an amateur, that you're laughing inside your head about my gear that I use, because I am laughing at myself.
No.
But anyways, man, it is a Christmas miracle that you are here, because I've invited you to this party going back to 2015. That's a Sharpie right there. That's an autograph smell, man, right there. Favorite autograph that you have from your Star Wars collection?
George Lucas.
George, and you got that in person?
Yeah, it was at the Four Seasons in 2009. I was there for a banquet with George.
The Four Seasons.
Yeah,
It
downtown.
wasn't even the film museum.
No. This is a thing that I got invited to. And so I went there, and that was the first time I met George Lucas. And I actually got to spend several hours with him. And they opened up the door to the public for the other people who were at this fundraiser. And when they opened up the door, I was standing next to George, and all these fans were there waiting. They all had stuff for him to sign. And they opened the door, and I stood with George, and he was like this. When they opened the door, he just like, you know, he knew he was going to get all that attention. But I was standing right next to him, and he was just signing for everyone. And so I looked on the table next to me, and there was a little program for the event. And so I'm like, well, what the hell? Everyone's getting George Lucas's autograph. And so I grabbed
Merry Christmas, Sean and Elfie.
Oh, see you guys. Merry Christmas. There he goes. And so I just grabbed the program and gave it to George so he could sign it, because I figured everyone's getting his autograph. Why shouldn't I?
Yeah,
I was with the
right.
guy all day. So
I've never heard this story from you. I've known you for so many years, 15, 16 years. I've never heard that story from you.
it was quite a day, let me just say.
You know,
It was
I'm hoping
quite
to
a day.
learn some more from you. As this is the Christmas show, you've been on the Christmas show in 2020,
Oh,
2021.
oh, that's right. Okay.
You know, and now 2022. Now, I don't know if I've ever asked you this before, but what was the first, and if I did, I'm going to ask you again. What was the first Star Wars gift that you remember getting as a child? And do you still have it?
For Christmas?
Yes, for Christmas.
Well,
yes.
I have everything that was ever given to me. from Star Wars throughout my whole life. You know, I think it's the dewback, the classic dewback, the Kenner dewback. I'm pretty sure
That was the first one.
I think so. Hey, Billy, what was the first Star Wars Christmas gift I received? Was it the dewback? Because the only reason I say the dewback is because there's a Christmas picture of me in front of the tree holding the dewback on Christmas Day, still in the box, and I'm wearing what looks like a very itchy sweater. Yeah, but yeah. So
I think we got
the dewback,
Cantina as well.
the Cantina came that Christmas.
Yeah.
See, you guys are original. You guys are a New Hope era fans. Like I got all the Empire Strikes Back toys.
The first Christmas that Star Wars mattered really was 78.
70, yes.
Because the toys weren't out in 79. Everyone wanted Star Wars. And, yeah, we had puzzles, dip dots. Dip dots for painting. Dip dots were the thing it was painting. And they called it dip dots because you would press the brush past this little plastic thing that was on top of the paint, and that would like prevent it from spilling or something.
Not to be confused with Dippin' Dots.
No, not this. The crappy chemical ice cream that you eat at the ball game.
There was the Topps card. I want to say there was the Death Star board game.
The Death Star board game? No. But that was a purchase prior to Christmas. I remember. Okay. Yeah. Christmas. I remember I did get the Millennium Falcon one year. That must have been like Christmas 79.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But I think it was the dewback. I think 78 was the year of the dewback. Yeah.
So that was the first thing you remember getting, the dewback.
But I think also
for Christmas.
I think the Cantina was also the same time.
It may have been.
I think
Billy is saying Cantina.
I'm pretty sure there's a picture.
I don't know if the mic is picking it up.
With the gifts.
But Billy is saying
the Cantinas.
Cantina.
Maybe Billy got the Cantina and you.
No, I have it. I still have the Cantina. It's in my collection.
You got the Cantina. So
I moved out of the house first, so I got early dibs on a lot of whatever parts of our Star Wars toys from our childhood that we were sharing. I claimed ownership of those when I moved out of the house first because I took them with me.
Right.
And then my parents were so thrilled I was taking crap out of the house. Every time I came home, they would have big boxes of Star Wars crap for me to take with me. And that was the day I realized
Billy,
I was standing,
Billy,
I was getting ready to leave the house.
The other side of the bar.
And I hear my dad from upstairs saying, "Does he have all this stuff?" And my mom yelled, "Yeah, he's taking it." And I hear my dad say, "Well, whose AT-AT is this?"
Yes.
And that's when me and Billy looked at each other in the hallway there. We just went, "Oh, he knows what an AT-AT is." So that's when I realized that Star Wars was having a profound effect on my dad too, just via osmosis through us and all of the crap we were buying over the years.
Well, now I've realized too, like during the holidays, there's a bonding, there's a bonding time that we do with the family. So, do you and Billy have a little bit of the opposite of a bonding moment because you took all the Star Wars toys out of the house when you were moving out of the...
Well,
I don't know. Now it's red.
No, press it again. No, it's red. Garbage.
Okay.
You're live now.
Was it blinking the entire time is the
I
question.
think it was. Because I hit it once and then, oh no, it wasn't.
Okay, it wasn't.
When I-
Okay.
Technical, we're having technical.
Hey, remember, this is Machtails from the Cantina, now Rebel Force Radio. We run a different ship. We run we fly a half a ship, I should say. So, Billy, do you have any resentment towards your brother about him taking your stuff?
No. Well, no, it's not that he took it. At some point, we were buying the same things. It was like, I was buying figures, he was buying figures, and the stuff that was kind of shared I don't know. Jim, did you take most of it? I had the Falcon for a while, and I wasn't really into collecting. I had to go back and buy all the stuff that I originally had.
I took.
So there was no, yeah. Well, some of it. No, you did. We both bought the Sears Cantina, and you did hold on to both Snaggletooths. So I'm very happy you did that, and I was able to get that back, and my remote control Sandcrawler. But otherwise, I didn't really. To me, it was just like, it was kind of a natural thing that happened that we didn't end up exactly with our stuff. It didn't bother me. I accepted reality of that situation.
Oh, that's a good brother.
Yeah,
That is a good brother
All right, good.
because
Accept reality.
Can I share that?
If there's a message to be learned from this broadcast, accept reality.
That's me getting my. It because of the glare in the photo.
the glare in the photo, not yes.
Now the real important thing here is my sweater, which is.
It looks like Cloud City.
That's a happy kid with an awful looking sweater. But anyway, that was my. I was very happy to get the action figure case, which you can't really see because of the glare. But
Do you still
I
have
spent-
it?
No, I don't. That fell apart. I have one, but it's not the original one I had. But I do remember, spending the year trying to fill that up. And but that was the thing. It was like you had your figure case, I had mine at that point, and I was trying. I guess there was a little competition to get them filled up. Yours was always more neater and organized than mine. I was never able to quite get to that level. So
You're very neat and organized now, Billy.
yeah, I've compensated for that.
So, do you still see yourself getting Star Wars Christmas gifts this year,
Oh, yeah.
10 years from now?
Oh yeah.
Does Wendy make that happen? Who makes
No,
that
it's
happen?
my sister-in-law. She always gets me.
Sister-in-law makes
She
that happen.
always gets me the latest Hallmark Christmas ornaments. So that's a good thing, when you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
it, because she doesn't stress about what to get me. She knows I'm going to love whatever she gives me if it says Star Wars on it. And those Hallmark items only come out once a year.
Yes.
So
And they
I
never
don't
get
purchase
released.
them because I know she's going to give me some of them for Christmas. I'm not like a completist when it comes to ornaments and stuff like that. I just like to have a good looking Star Wars Christmas tree.
How many Star Wars ornaments do you have? I
I-
remember I
I've
gave
never
you a
counted
couple
them.
back in the day.
50 maybe. I don't,
Oh,
I've
that's
never
good.
counted.
That's good. Because your sister-in-law.
Yeah, because of,
Okay.
her name is Betsy Snyder.
Ah, it's a Snyder. Okay, so she's the one that's hooking you up.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself getting Star Wars items for Christmas 10 years from now?
Yes.
From your kids, from your sons? Yes?
Yeah. Well, as long as they keep making these ornaments, yeah. It's easy. Billy's got another
I would
photo.
love to see another holiday photo.
This is Christmas morning.
Oh,
Me and Jim.
oh,
and if you
geez.
look, maybe you
Oh,
can-
yeah.
There's the board game in the back.
All righty.
There's the
Here's what we got. This is young me.
Billy, do you just have all the Christmas photos stored on your phone?
I have a few.
Yeah,
of
right-
them.
right there,
I know
right
there's
there.
more, but so that would have been 77 or 78.
Yeah.
So that
that's
does
me.
prove, yeah, we did get it on Christmas.
Do you realize how much I'm disappointed that I did not have these in the Force Within Us? I wanted these kind of photos. You gave me one photo of you sitting with your family at the table with you
Oh,
know,
yeah, that's a good
iron-on
one.
shirt. But
You got the
man,
iron on.
Billy, I should have asked you for the photos because you seem to have a plethora.
Billy is the family historian. So.
The family historian. What? And you need one of those. You need one of those. What is your favorite Star Wars Christmas gift that you've ever gotten? Your favorite gift that was a Star Wars item for Christmas ever,
That's really a hard question to answer.
right? Because there's a lot of good ones.
Well, I mean, being a kid, I do remember getting that Millennium Falcon that year. And so, there's a lot of great memories tied into that. So I'd probably have to say the Falcon just because there's, I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Oh, Billy one year got me a great lightsaber hilt. It was custom made.
Yeah,
That was a really good one.
Hey, that your gift was one of his best gifts.
You know, Billy,
Says something.
I mean, that was just a few years ago. That was probably about what, 2 or 3 years ago?
when it comes to thoughtful gifts, Billy does really come through on that.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a really hard question to ask. And I would have to like look around, you know, my collection to
What was
try
your
to figure that
now?
out.
Okay, so you participated in the White Panther exchange tonight instead of the White Elephant. We're calling it the White Panther. What did you score? Because you guys,
A T-shirt.
the Mackin earnings had a high number tonight. You guys were kind enough not to steal. You guys were not like dirty Santas. You got a T-shirt.
I never abuse the white elephant thing. That just seems to me like bad karma or something. So I
Yes.
take what I get and I accept it.
Sean is paying the price for that tonight. He's abused the White Elephant.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but Sean has
Did
left
he
the
leave?
building,
He
so
must
we
have
can
left,
we
yeah.
can speak his. You know.
He's gone.
Well, your brother Billy, what did he get tonight? You remember?
No. Oh, poster. A Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, you got a
poster.
Mandalorian poster
Yeah, and
with
I
Luke
got
on it.
this.
What else? What is this?
What is this?
Is this a Star Wars condom or something? What is this?
It kind of feels like it, doesn't it?
Dipping stick. Oh, this is for like that powdery
Yeah.
crap we used to eat when we were
Exactly.
kids.
Oh, like the guy
the
like
dip, the fun dip.
Yeah, the fun
You have
dip.
the vanilla
It was
flavored-
envelopes of
the
flavored sugar.
Yeah, the vanilla flavored stick,
Yeah,
and your saliva makes the powder stick to that.
That's
and then
pretty
you
neat,
suck
though.
it off. I guess.
yeah, the dipping
It's a
stick.
horrible
The
invention.
dip. It's,
It-
yeah,
it's a-
it sounds like a bad invention.
It's a stick made out of sugar that you dip into sugar and eat it.
Now, staying with the Christmas theme, because this is the Christmas show, and this is the last show of the year. Let me ask you this. You guys have more shows this year, Rebel Force Radio?
Oh, we got a big show coming this week.
You got a big show. And then
Big show.
is it your last show?
Yes,
It's
that'll
the
be
last
it
show.
for 2022. But
Okay.
we have someone joining us this week who is among the
Star
most
Wars royalty.
popular Star Wars personalities.
Oh, it got really quiet in the room.
Yeah.
It got really quiet. Gary,
Is it Paul Gullet? I'm not going to give you any clues. It might be.
Sticking to the Christmas theme, aside from Star Wars gifts that you've gotten,
Mhm.
what is the one thing from your childhood that you remember was like for me, like getting the Nintendo Entertainment System in '86? That was like, oh my God, it was a holy grail.
Oh yes.
What was a gift for you that was non-Star Wars related that you were like, oh my gosh, I can never forget that moment?
Oh, Atari, no doubt about
Atari.
it. Oh, no doubt about it.
Which one? Because there were two different ones,
The
right?
original, the 26.
26. That was the one. That was the fancy one.
No, it wasn't.
You know?
It was the normal one everyone had. You played Asteroids, Space Invaders. Ask Billy. He'll tell you.
Well, okay, because
The 2600 was the normal one. The 5200 was the more expensive one that came out in the 80s.
There was a 7800, but it was like a computer.
so you had the one with the red button.
Yeah,
Okay, that was the one that I had.
that's one everyone
My cousin Glenn with all the money, he had the fancy one with all the buttons and shit. You know,
Uh-huh.
that was the one. That you guys never had that one.
I think you're thinking of the 5200. You mean the controllers that had all the buttons? on
The
it?
controller that had
Yeah,
all the
that
buttons.
came out much later.
Yeah, that was the 5200.
much later.
No, but we got the Atari when everyone was getting them. That one Christmas, it was maybe Christmas 79, Christmas 80, probably Christmas 80.
Now I know you say you don't want to abuse the white elephant.
Right.
You know, the karma of the white elephant. You know, you
Right.
don't want to steal. Like my daughter, she's like, I can't steal, Daddy. I can't. I'm like, steal. She's like, Daddy's told me to steal. You know,
Very well-adjusted young lady,
Yes.
your daughter Danny. is.
cannot.
Hard to believe she came from your loins, but
I gotta
she
get a
did.
ball busted in there from my brother Jimmy, right?
Oh, I'm
Of
just getting
course.
started.
What was there one gift that you had seen tonight where you're like, I would have stole that if I was into that.
No, I did kind of like that big banner. They had this banner from Burger King that was
Yeah, that was the one that I gave.
promoting the watches that they were selling during
Yes.
Phantom Menace here.
So you
I
like
thought-
that one?
Well, I do because I have all those watches.
Because my wife busted my balls tonight. She goes, I can't believe that piece of trash was in our garage for that long. And I'm like, somebody, Jay got
I would have
that.
had it if I had room
Jay,
for it. I would have.
You got the banner. And you loved it. And you love it.
He loves it. It's
And-
now a family heirloom.
Yes.
Mhm.
So it's one of those things. What do you do on Christmas Day?
Being miserable.
Being miserable on Christmas Day. What are you, Scrooge?
I'm the Grinch. No, I'm going to cousins. I'm going to my mom and dad's on Christmas Eve. I'm going to cousins on Christmas Day, and then I'm going to my brother-in-law's on Christmas.
Oh, that's
Day after.
That's too much traveling.
No shit, Sherlock. That's why I'll be miserable on Christmas.
Yeah,
No, it's nice. It's nice.
But it's a lot of
stop
travel.
being a curmudgeon and just be like, all right. You know, it's a lot of energy to muster the day after Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
It is.
And then to get in the
it
car
is.
and drive 2.5 hours.
Like, I don't even have that kind of energy. And I got a lot of energy.
No, see, that's the thing. So, just having all that stuff weighing on, it's just all the pressure with the holidays and all that. I just want 1 year where I could stay home and just be home.
But last year you had COVID. You were home last year, weren't you?
Greatest Christmas ever. Greatest ever.
That's why you weren't able to make it to the Christmas party last year.
No, I tested positive right before Christmas, and that's when they said you had to stay home for 10 days and isolate. So I did in my basement, but I wasn't totally alone. I had 2 friends of mine there with me for the holidays.
Jack
Daniels and Mary Jane. They both came to hang with me. You did not have COVID. Stop trying to take my COVID thunder. You did not have COVID last Christmas. No, you didn't.
Remind me, because
that was before me. I had COVID during Christmas. Yes.
Yeah, I remember Jimmy calling me up and saying, I cannot make your Christmas party because I have COVID. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, because I know you do this thing with your parents on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve.
Didn't do anything.
No, but you usually do, right?
I watched my kids open presents from the next room.
From the next room.
With a mask and
That
gloves
is
on.
Miserable, man. You know what? I have to remind you, I did not get COVID until I got back from 3 weeks in Hawaii. And the reason why I had
You're lucky.
The,
You had COVID in Hawaii. That would have sucked.
I remember too. You had to unfriend me on.
Yeah, you're very obnoxious when you go on vacation. You know what did it? I'm serious. Was you were posting weather reports from Hawaii right next to screenshots of weather reports from Illinois, and I'm like, fuck this guy.
You're like, I can't.
No, I'm done. I did. I snoozed you for 30 days. And then you came popping back up in my feed 30 days later. I'm like, oh,
I
wow.
was like, I got COVID.
So that was nice while it lasted. But here's
got
Christian
COVID.
back. I could snooze you again if you're not careful. So
All right, so going. I know you're. If I'm not careful, yes, I'm walking it. I'm very, very careful around you.
yes, you should be.
I should.
You walk on eggshells. Very sensitive.
Okay.
Anything could make me trigger me, and I'll snap.
So music related, there is a lyric in Little Town of Bethlehem that talks about the fears and hopes of everything coming together.
Okay.
What are your hopes and fears of 2023?
Well, just health.
Health
But
is a
like-
hope or a fear?
Health. No, that's hope. Just good health. Next year. What do you mean, like personally or Star Wars? Or?
No, but personally, man. It's funny. I hear people on the show, and they're like, that's kind of a personal question. I'm like, no,
All right.
that's what I do, man.
Well,
You know?
I'd like to see my wife get a full-time gig again because she's an on-air personality, and so she hasn't been on the air regularly for a few years. And I'd like to see, the guys who run broadcasting in Chicago figure that out and put her on more
And
often.
she's got great talent. Oh
yeah,
she's a
everyone
veteran.
knows it.
She's a veteran.
And then also with my sons, I want them to have good school years. And my other son, he's got his band. I want to see them do real well and get a bunch of gigs, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't,
Yeah.
I want to see the Blackhawks play better. I'm very simple in that kind of thing. because
Yeah.
I'm very happy and comfortable and stuff. And so I don't really find myself wanting anything more than what I already have,
Sure.
Um,
I think that's important though, to to observe what you have. It's so important, and you don't want to take that for granted.
right,
You know,
right. So I don't
gratitude. Yes.
I don't dwell about thinking about things that I want or anything like that.
Well, what about any fears? Do you have any fears?
Obviously, the Sox compete. The White Sox compete in 2003, 23.
The White Sox might be a fear. No.
Oh, there's a lot to be afraid of.
Well, I would think. What did you think that it's more afraid to be afraid of the? It's more realistic to be afraid of the Hawks than it is the White Sox.
It's scary all around.
No, because the Sox are supposed to be successful right now. The Hawks, everyone knew they were going to suck before the season started, and they're living up to that. So they're doing exactly what they should be doing. The White Sox are not. They were supposed to compete, and they didn't. And so, this whole rebuild window, it seems like it's kind of going up in smoke right now. So there.
Which happens.
That's what I want.
Any New Year's resolutions?
Clean up any debt I have. Work out more often, which I say every year.
Yeah, you've been saying that for me for at least 3 years. Every time you're on the show, you say that.
Well, because the pandemic really screwed up my whole routine, and I haven't been able to get it back. What else? What else do I want? That's it. Good baseball season. More working out.
Simple
Stuff. I don't really
simple things. My last question for you is: I'm a big fan of the Christmas Carol, and I love the fact that the ghosts come and they travel back in time. They travel to the future. It's a very Back to the Future kind of experience that I see it as a movie watcher.
I'm pretty sure that movie was a great inspiration for Charles Dickens. I'm pretty sure that's what he was thinking of.
Well, no, I would say that Charles Dickens inspired the Back to the Spielberg.
Oh, yeah.
the other way around, because it's such an old movie, but it never gets old. If you had a choice, I should say not a choice. What ghost would you welcome the most from the Ghost of Christmas Past, Christmas Present, or Christmas Future? Tyler said the future because he said fuck the past.
No, I think there's a lot of interesting elements to our history that we can learn a lot from. So, yeah, I would like Ghost of Christmas Past. Definitely not Future. Future is bad news because that could throw off the whole space-time continuum.
Well, even Yoda says always in motion is the future.
Yeah. So, you might have somebody completely misrepresenting the future.
Homer Simpson.
And then Ghost of Christmas Present doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, right.
I mean, what kind of insight is that ghost going to present to me?
Yeah. To you, to Scrooge, I get it, right? It's like, hey, you're an asshole. Look what's happening when you're.
Well, maybe I might need a dose of that.
Being a jerk, But okay, Ghost of Christmas Past. What year would you welcome the most being traveled to?
Well, how far back did Charles Dickens go? He only went back
I think maybe it was 8 years old, maybe.
Okay. So does the Ghost of Christmas Past have to be from your past?
From your past, yes.
Oh, okay.
This is a personal
I want to make sure I know
question.
these rules.
This is a personal question. This is the Ghost of Christmas Past coming to Jimmy Mac's house and taking you back in time.
No, you know what? I'm changing it. I want to go with Ghost of Christmas Present.
Okay.
Because I think Ghost of Christmas Present knows me and might be able to give me some powerful insight that would be a positive thing for me, as opposed to looking back at my past, you know, because I don't want to devolve. I want to evolve.
Sure.
Yeah. So if somebody came and said, quit being a jerk or quit doing this or that,
Quit busting balls.
No, I hope they wouldn't say that.
Okay, so you got a big show coming up. How can people hear it?
Oh, Rebel Force Radio. Yeah. And then the podcast is everywhere where podcasts are.
Yeah, and you are the biggest podcast Star Wars show.
You know.
You've been for years, ever since I've met you, back in 2006.
We've been doing it a long time.
You know, I have to share something with you. This is a very personal story. Hopefully, you don't mind me sharing this with you. I remember.
I kind of do, Chris. I kind of do. I wish we would just tell jokes.
You know,
and not. I don't want to hear what.
You don't want.
I'm leaving it.
you don't want the ghost of Christmas present.
No, go ahead.
I just remember you walking your old dog Tiki.
Yeah.
And you saying like, "Hey, man, I've left theforce.net and we're starting our new show."
Ooh.
And it was cold. It must have been January, February.
Yeah, it was.
But you were so invested in this concept. I was like, holy crap, he's got something big happening. And it absolutely is. And,
it was just the right time.
I felt like it was so special that I was there when you told me about the birth of Rebel Force Radio. I think you even said like, hey, I'm going to call it Rebel Force Radio. And you were walking. It must have been. It
was January when we started.
Okay.
But all the ramping up was all throughout that December. What year was that? 10 years ago. So 2012.
2012.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
Yeah.
It's been that long. It's crazy. It's great. And I've always loved spending Christmas with you because I've been on the Force Cast and Rebel Force Radio during Christmas time so many times. So, hey, brother, Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for finally attending the party tonight. Billy Mack, I want to thank Billy Mack. Billy Mack is there. Tyler Page, I want to thank Tyler Page. I want to thank Brad Riverdale, Gunner, my audience. And I want to wish you guys a Merry, Merry Christmas. This has been a very sloppy, impromptu finale Mocktails from the Cantina show. Hopefully we were not on mute for any of the show. If we were, we're going to have to fix that in post. Tyler's rolling his eyes, shaking his head. But anyways, I wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will catch you guys next time on Mocktails from the Cantina. Another round. Follow us on Patreon for a lot more festive holiday hijinks. So long, everybody.